Hey guys, what is up? So I just recorded like a handful of videos, and guess what? None of them had any sound. Like, oh my god. Anyways, but gotta keep going. Let's do this. Today I want to talk about 3 stages of the spiritual awakening. Okay, I understand that a lot of us may have different experiences because, obviously we all have different charts and we all have different lessons to learn in this life and we all have a different path to go on. So, I mean, it's not like an exact science or anything, right? It's really just, subjective, right, to your own experiences. But from my own experience and what I noticed from a lot of other people that have gone through this process, there are a few really key things that happen when you go through a spiritual awakening. Okay, so without further ado, let's go with the first one. Okay, the first one is a question. What is the purpose of life? And you can even go down to what is my purpose in this life? That is like a really big question that people who start going through their spiritual awakening will ask. Like, what is the purpose? Like, why are we here? Like, there has to be a reason, right? Like we get up, go to work, right? Come home, make dinner, the same mundane things every day that we go through life. And it's like, is that it? I mean, for some people, yes, of course, right? I mean, being a parent or, or being successful in a certain career, I mean, different things, different people. But, for I think a good amount of us, have gone the traditional way and who aren't really happy and satisfied, we come to a point where it's like we're not on the right path. So that's probably why we're not happy and satisfied. So then we ask these questions like, what's the purpose, right? So once you ask yourself that question, you open up a gateway. For me, it opened up astrology for me, back in the 2012 time, when I started questioning my life. I think during that time, it's I was at my job for a really long time. And funny that it was a Jupiter and Taurus time. My ears are ringing. It was a Jupiter and Taurus time. And that's when I bought my first home, right? I turned 30 and I bought my first home in 2012. So that was a really Jupiter and Taurus kind of move, right? But I got into the home and I was in a relationship. And, I figured this is what you're supposed to do. People kind of pushed me towards it too. I didn't know if I really wanted to. People were pushing me. So I did. But then once I got there and it's okay, I look around I have the car that I wanted for a while. I got the home, right? And I made sure I got something that I can afford too, though. I didn't go all extravagant. I made sure what I got was something that I can afford on my own. Then have the relationship, have the job. I was like, fuck, is this it? See? And then there came astrology. And and then one of the first astrologers that I discovered was the Leo King. And gosh, that dude, I have a love-hate relationship with that dude. My goodness. But he's a great astrologer though. Minus a few other things that him and I may not vibe with. He still knows his astrology though. So that is the first stage of the gateway opening to your spiritual awakening. Okay, number 2. The universe will probably force you to be alone. Right? And there's no real time frame, I don't think. I think it's different for everyone. But for me, the universe really forced me to be alone for a long time. I'm telling you, I may have dated here and there, but nothing serious. And, no real relationship. My friends, I started questioning all my friendships. We just weren't vibing on the same level anymore. Things just slowly just started just falling away in my life. And a lot of things I used to believe, I started questioning, and it was a really big, just wake up call. But because of that, wake up call, everything just started to just fall apart, right? And you will be forced to be so alone. Like, I've never known like loneliness how I've known it this past, I don't know, decade. Like, wow. And I think it's like you can't really do the deep, dark shadow work, right? Like the really just hardcore, like dark night of the soul shit, if you're always in a relationship. Because if you're always in a relationship, like you're in a relationship, like you have someone else with you all the time and you're living your life and you're sharing your life with this person, there's no real time to like just sit in deep thoughts by yourself. And this is not like 30 minutes of meditation or even like a day of meditation. This is like years, years of just being alone. Just sit and think about your life, like everything that you have gone through. Why did you go through them? All the pain, all the hurt. Why did it happen to you? Like, why is this happening? You're questioning so many things. And it's like, uh, this is how I discovered like Abraham Hicks. This is how I discovered Dolores Cannon. This is how I come to learn that we choose to come into this life and into this body, and we choose all of the lessons, things that happen to us. We choose it on a soul level. We may not know it like on a conscious like human level. Like most people think like, are you fucking crazy? I didn't choose all this bad stuff to happen to me. That's fucking like insane. But once you go through your spiritual awakening and like you discover like all these things, like you're like, holy shit, okay, you'll have a better understanding. But so yeah, if you're in a relationship all the time, kind of hard to do the deep shadow work. You know what I mean? If you're always with your friends, and like hanging out all the time, just having a good time, it's kind of hard. It's kind of really hard to just to go within, right? And it's just to dig up the deep, the deep hidden things that you just suppress. It's it is what it is. Like in order to do the work, like deep soul work, like you are forced to be alone. And I really, really believe that. Like not for a short time, but for a really good long time. Um, Not to say that you others probably can't do the work even in a relationship, because maybe you can, right? You have a soul contract with somebody and you're doing the work together. But it's like, when do you heal though? You heal together too? I don't know. I really think you'll be forced to be alone. Okay, so number three, the third stage, the Tower card. Okay, everything, like your life just like, holy crap, like just falls apart completely. Everything just tumbles. You go through such a hard just time in your life, and you're not going to be happy about it, obviously, but once you start coming out of it, you'll learn like, oh, like this happened to me so I can learn and not do the next time. Or this happened because now it gave me a different insight. This happened because of this. Like example, like I got really into trading like cryptocurrencies, and I was really into the stock market. Like I love the financial markets, right? But my problem was I took too much risks, right? I was following somebody and I didn't think like his situation is totally different from mine, right? If he had like a tower moment, like where, obviously if you're into the financial markets, that things dropped a significant amount. But he can go and sell a bunch of his properties, right? To keep him afloat and to make up for it. I don't have a bunch of properties. I can't go and sell everything, right? So that was like a learning lesson. Like, fuck, like I worked so hard, right? I worked so hard. Like I didn't go off and blow my money and travel and like buy luxuries or do anything. Like I really just made money and invested, made money, invested. That's what I did with the money, because I wanted to build long-term wealth. But I didn't go about it in a way that was like fitting for me. That took into account my assets and my situation, right? So I've learned. I'm sure a lot of people learn too, right? Like you following these YouTubers, right, and their financial advices, you got to be really careful. Like, and I see some TikTok ones too. It's like, okay, like some of the stuff that they tell you to do, take out loans and buy a bunch of meme coins and like what? It's crazy. But anyways, back to the stages, okay? So yeah, stage 3, like everything comes tumbling down. Your life is a fucking mess, right? And then you start to crawl out of it, okay? And then you're sitting around. You're like, oh, well, I'm still alive, and you know, I'm breathing. Things, are not where I want them to be, but I've learned a whole lot of lessons. And the thing is, everything has fallen away. Like you're not in a relationship, but you did all the shadow work, right? You don't have your soul tribe, right? All your friends that you had, you're no longer friends with, right? So you have no friends, okay? Like everything is like just kind of like a clean slate now. Like there's like a big old white space, right, around you. Like you may still have some residuals, right? I mean, it's really hard, I think, to like totally cleanse and release everything that has happened in your life. But for the most part, like your slate is clean, right? Like you are not who you were 3, 5, 10 years ago, you know? Let me give you another example really quick. Like a few years ago, like I don't know, like 3, 4 years ago, like I had an ex come back into my life that I was with before for like 4 years, right? And the universe was really testing me. When I look back on it, it's like I am prone to stay in situations longer than I should. Okay, out of obligation. Okay, give people the benefit of the doubt kind of thing. So I stayed longer then. I know that. And this time around, like, it only took a few months. I was like, you know what? You and I, we're not vibing. We're not vibing at all. Like we're so different, and there's so many things that it's not working. And it only took a few months for me this time, because before I sort of got, I probably wait like 3 years before I really like cut the cord. This time I'm like, okay, a few months. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm not fucking with this. I'm not doing this anymore. Like I am not who I was then. I've grown so much, and I've learned so much, and I value myself so much more. And I know what I want out of life. I know what I want out of a partner, out of my friendships, out of my loved ones. It's like, so there is no, I'm sorry, there is no like compromising, like wanting less than what I want. So I really believe that was the universe testing me. So when you're being tested, right, and you look back on it and you're like, did I learn my lessons? Right? Did I learn my lesson from this relationship? So I'm like, okay, yeah, I did. So that means the next person that I end up with will be somebody that has also done the work and who is also vibing at my frequency. You know what I mean? It's not even level, but just our frequencies. You know what I mean? Like, like it's like a radio station, right? Like Abraham says all the time, you got to be like dialed into the right station. Like the person will be on the same station that I'll be on, right? We dialed into each other, and all the others is like just all static. You know what I mean? So like even like with your friend, it's like you're gonna like you don't have your old friends anymore, but you're a different person now. So you have room for like your soul tribe, for like the ones that really like connect with you, the ones that enjoy the same things as you, the ones that view life the same way you do, the ones that you can build with and grow with. You know what I mean? The ride or die ones. So that is, I think, the purpose, right, of going through these stages of your spiritual awakening. It is a lifelong commitment, for sure, like forever. But the thing is, if you can look back on it and say like, wow, I really just like learned a lot and I leveled up every time, then that's like gold, like it only goes up from there. As long as you learn your lessons and you keep moving forward, you just keep moving up. There is no other direction. I mean, and you, if the tower moment happens again, it's to teach you something. It sucks at the moment, but you will come out of it. And you will even be more resilient every freaking time. So yeah, third stage, clean slate. Your space is open for all the things that are meant for you at this stage in your life. to come into your life. And the thing is, it's like, be proud of yourself, because once you get there, it's like you've gone through so much and you've done so much work on yourself. It's like, give yourself like a tap on the back, like, oh my God, like, yes. And just, be ready for it. I was watching Next Level Chef, and I believe her name is Naisha, one of the judges or coaches. What did she say? She said, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's like that's my new like phrase now, right? Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. See, so we've been doing the work, right? Doing what we need to do. And now it's just like, just stay ready. Just stay high vibing, just good vibes, and, focus on yourself and the things that you want out of life, and, love, and like all the great things, right? All the things that you want to see, you want to be, just be it and embody it. And great things will start coming into your life, once you get to that stage. Yeah, and I'm with you guys, Can't wait. And we're in the Jupiter and Taurus season 2. I did a video on that one if you guys want to watch it. A really short one though. But yeah, like it's the timing cannot be better for those of us that have been doing the work, the light workers, right? Those of us that have been putting in the work and trucking on and just like getting through everything. And yeah, it's our time now. So just keep stepping it up and doing your thing. Anyway, so till next time, you guys, I love you, and take care, and have a beautiful, what's today, Thursday? So beautiful Friday and the weekend. The weather is, well, at least here in California, it's great. So looking forward to the summer. All right, guys. See you guys real soon. Bye.